Today we're going to show you how to make the most delicious baked apple pudding, and we're going to be using our crunchy mix for the topping, and it's a really nice way to use this for something different. What we have here is about 4 to 5 apples, and you can use Granny Smith or the Pink Lady or Golden Delicious, and we've used the Golden Delicious today. And you cut each apple into 12, and you mix it with a little bit of lemon juice and 2 tablespoons of the lemon rind. So we're going to mix those in, and really working here is much easier to use your hands. And then we take 3 to 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. The soft brown sugar works really well. And you mix that in as well. Mix it in nicely so that it's all covered. And then you put it into a dish. We're using a rectangle dish here today. You can use a round one. And whoopsie, a bigger dish is better than a smaller one here. So, and all the nice lemon juice at the bottom. We're just going to scrape everything in and layer it down there. What we're also going to add to this are some dried apple rings. About 50 grams will do fine, and it just gives a nice different angle to this dish. And they become nice and soft, and you mix these in as well. It intensifies the apple flavor. Right, now to make the crunchy mix, we have 125 grams of butter, which you melt. And then instead of adding milk like you would normally do, we add 2 tablespoons of apple juice. Then we have the crunchy mix in the foil bag. And separately to that, we've packed the coconut. Now we pack it separately to help the coconut remain fresh, because coconut can go off quite easily. So it's nice and fresh when it's packed separately. And then we add it all to the butter mixture. And using a wooden spoon is best. We keep turning the bowl and we mix it in. It's actually also much easier to use your hands, because you want this mixture to be nice and crumbly. So you can, as you're mixing, you can almost like rub it in to separate it, and it'll be much easier to put on the top. This looks perfect. Now before we put the topping on, we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of apple juice, which you just pour gently down the side, because you don't want to disturb all that lovely sugar that's on the top. And if you want to make this dish a little bit more exciting, you can add some raisins. It will also be very nice. So we've got the apple juice in there. And then we take the topping and we're going to sprinkle it on the top here. This pudding is delicious in winter, served nice and warm with custard. And in summertime, it's also delicious cold, and you can serve it with ice cream or whipped cream. This is a lovely dish to serve to children, because you know oats have got a lot of nutritious value, as do the apples. So it's a nice healthy way of feeding your family. Now this goes into the oven at 180 for 30 to 35 minutes, and you'll see it's a lovely crunchy topping that comes on top.